Negativity is like a shadow that follows us, sometimes creeping in so subtly that we don't even realize it's there. It can live in our thoughts, in our words, and even in the energy we bring into a room. It's that little voice in our heads that whispers, "You're not good enough," or "What's the point of even trying?" and oh, how convincing that voice can be. You see, negativity doesn't just show up out of nowhere. It's often rooted in our experiences, our fears, and the stories we've been told about who we are or who we're supposed to be. But here's the truth: just because it's familiar doesn't mean it has to stay. Think about it. How many times have you caught yourself focusing on what's wrong instead of what's right? Maybe you wake up in the morning and the first thing you notice is the gray sky outside your window. Great, you think, another miserable day, or maybe you're scrolling through social media, and instead of feeling inspired, you're comparing yourself to everyone else, thinking, why is their life so much better than mine? Negativity has a way of clouding our perspective, making us see the world not as it is, but as a reflection of our doubts and insecurities. But let me tell you something, negativity doesn't just hurt your mind, it affects your whole being. When you're stuck in that cycle of negative thinking, it drains your energy. It's like carrying around a backpack filled with rocks. Each negative thought adds another stone until you're weighed down so much that you can barely move. And it doesn't stop there. Negativity seeps into your relationships, your work, your dreams. It builds walls where there should be bridges, and before you know it, you're not just holding yourself back, you're keeping others at arm's length too. I've seen this in my own life and in the lives of so many others, people who had so much potential, so much light within them, but they let the weight of negativity dim their shine. It's not always their fault. Maybe they grew up hearing things like, "You'll never amount to anything," or "Why can't you be more like so-and-so?" Words like that stick with you. They plant seeds of doubt that grow into a forest of fear. And let's be real, life isn't easy. Sometimes it feels like every step forward comes with 2 steps back. When you're faced with rejection, failure, or heartbreak, it's easy to let negativity take the driver's seat. But here's where the shift begins. Negativity doesn't have to define you. It's not who you are. It's just a story you've been telling yourself. And the good news is you have the power to rewrite that story. Let me say that again, you have the power. You're not stuck. You're not powerless. You're not doomed to a life of what ifs, and I can tease the moment you recognize negativity for what it is, a thief stealing your joy and your potential, you can start to take that power back. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. Let's be clear about that. Life is messy and challenges are real. But breaking free from negativity starts with a choice. It's the decision to say, "I see you, negativity, but you don't get to control me anymore." It's about shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from what's missing to what's possible. And let me tell you, when you start looking for the good, it shows up in the most unexpected ways. There's a story I love to share about a woman I met years ago. She had been through so much loss, disappointment, betrayal. She told me she felt like life had beaten her down to the point where she didn't even recognize herself anymore. But one day she made a choice. She decided to write down one thing she was grateful for every single day. Just one thing. At first it was hard. Some days all she could write was, "I made it through the day." But over time, that simple practice changed her perspective. She started to see beauty where she hadn't noticed it before: a kind smile from a stranger, the way the sunlight hit her kitchen table in the morning, the fact that she still had the strength to keep going. That shift, that decision to focus on gratitude, was the beginning of her journey out of negativity. And isn't that what we all want? To feel lighter, freer, more alive? Breaking free from negativity doesn't mean you'll never have a bad day or a negative thought again. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about catching yourself in those moments when negativity tries to creep back in and saying, "No, I'm not going there." It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, not drag you down. It's about protecting your energy, setting boundaries, and remembering that you're worthy of joy, love, and peace. Let me leave you with this: negativity might feel powerful, but it's no match for the strength inside you. That strength is your light, your hope, your resilience. And when you choose to let that light shine, it doesn't just illuminate your path, it inspires others to do the same. So the next time negativity comes knocking, don't let it in. Stand tall, take a deep breath, and remind yourself of this truth: you are more than your doubts, more than your fears, more than your past. You are capable, you are deserving, and you are enough. And once you start believing that, oh, the places you'll Positivity is one of those concepts that, when truly understood and embraced, has the power to transform everything. It's not just about walking around with a smile on your face or pretending that life is perfect, because let's be honest, we all know life isn't always perfect. But positivity, true positivity, is about choosing to see the good, choosing to trust that things will get better, and most importantly, choosing to believe in yourself even when the odds seem stacked against you. Now, I want you to imagine a world where positivity isn't just something you put on for the outside world, but something that comes from deep within you, an energy that radiates out into everything you do. Imagine waking up every morning not with a sense of dread about what lies ahead, but with a quiet confidence that no matter what challenges come your way, you have the tools within you to handle them. Imagine walking into every room, every situation, with the belief that you are worthy, that you are enough, and that you have the power to create your own happiness. That's the kind of positivity I'm talking about. The kind that doesn't rely on external circumstances to make you feel good about yourself. It's the kind of positivity that, even when life is hard, helps you get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Because here's the thing, life is messy. It's unpredictable. It throws curveballs when you least expect it. But when you approach it with a mindset that says, I'm going to make the best of this, no matter what, you start to see opportunities where others might only see obstacles. I know this firsthand. There was a time in my life when I was stuck in a cycle of negativity, questioning my worth and doubting my potential. I wasn't always sure of who I was or where I was headed. But I remember the moment when I decided to stop letting fear and doubt control my life. I chose to believe that I had a purpose, that I was capable of more than I had ever imagined. And that choice, that simple shift in mindset, changed everything. It didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't always easy, but the more I leaned into positivity, the more I saw the world around me change. It starts with a shift in perspective. You see, positivity isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the challenges and difficulties, but choosing to focus on the solutions, the possibilities, and the things that are going right. It's about training your mind to look for the good, even when it feels like there's more bad than good. This is a practice, not a one-time event. It takes time, patience, and most importantly, intention. When you begin to embrace the power of positivity, you start to notice the small things. The way the sun shines on your face in the morning, the kindness of a stranger, the feeling of a warm hug from a loved one. Positivity is not about grand gestures or life-changing events. It's about appreciating the little moments, the simple joys and the everyday blessings that we often take for granted. And when you focus on those things, you begin to realize how much beauty there is in the world. But here's the secret: positivity doesn't just affect your mindset, it affects your health, your relationships, and your overall well-being. Studies have shown that people who maintain a positive outlook on life have lower levels of stress, stronger immune systems, and better cardiovascular health. Why? Because when you choose positivity, you choose peace, you choose joy, you choose to let go of the negativity that weighs you down. And in doing so, you free yourself to live a life that is lighter, brighter, and more fulfilling. It's also important to understand that positivity is contagious. Have you ever been around someone who just exudes positive energy? Someone who, when they walk into a room, the whole atmosphere changes. That's the power of positivity at work. When you radiate positivity, you attract positivity. You inspire others to do the same. And when you inspire others, you create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond yourself. This is why it's so important to surround yourself with people who lift you up. People who encourage you, who remind you of your worth, and who support you through both the highs and the lows. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, by people who bring you down or make you question your abilities, it will be much harder to cultivate a positive mindset. But when you surround yourself with positivity, whether it's through friendships, mentors, or even just the books you read or the podcasts you listen to, you begin to absorb that energy and carry it with you. Let's talk about how positivity also shapes our relationships. When you approach others with kindness, patience, and an open heart, you create an environment of trust and love. When you look for the good in people, you're more likely to find it. And when you lead with positivity, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your relationships become richer, more meaningful, and more fulfilling. You begin to understand that life is not about what you can get, but what you can give. And the more you give, the more you receive. The power of positivity is also in its ability to help you rise above adversity. Life is not without its challenges. And we all face moments when things don't go as planned. But when you approach those moments with a positive mindset, you don't see them as failures. You see them as lessons. You see them as opportunities for growth, for learning, and for self-improvement. Positivity gives you the strength to keep going, even when the path isn't clear. It allows you to trust in the process and know that no matter what happens, you have the resilience to get through it. It's easy to get bogged down by the negative voices, whether they come from the world around you or from within yourself. But what I want you to understand is this: you are more powerful than your doubts. You are stronger than your fears. And you are capable of so much more than you think. Positivity isn't about pretending that life is always easy or that everything is always going to go your way. It's about finding the courage to keep going, even when things get tough. It's about trusting that no matter how difficult the journey may be, you are always moving forward. So, what I want you to take away from this is simple: you have the power to create the life you want. You have the power to shape your mindset, your relationships, and your future. The only thing standing between you and the life you deserve is your belief in yourself. When you believe in your own power, when you trust in the process of life, and when you choose to see the good in every situation, there's no limit to what you can achieve. The power of positivity is real. It's not just a nice idea or a feel-good concept, it's a force that can change your life. And when you choose to embrace it, when you allow it to become a part of who you are, you unlock the door to a world of endless possibilities. So what are you waiting for? Choose positivity and watch how it transforms everything in your life. Breaking free from negativity is one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself. We all carry baggage. We all have moments when we feel overwhelmed by the weight of our own thoughts or the circumstances around us. But here's the thing: negativity doesn't have to be your story. It doesn't have to define who you are. And it certainly doesn't have to hold you back from the life you deserve. The truth is, we all have the ability to break free from negativity, but it starts with a commitment to change, a decision to choose a different path. And that journey doesn't happen overnight. It takes intention, patience, and a lot of self-love. But it's worth it. Let's begin by recognizing that breaking free from negativity is not about pretending that bad things don't happen or that life is always perfect. No, it's about changing the way you respond to those situations. Life will throw challenges your way, that's a given. But it's how you respond to those challenges that defines the quality of your life. And once you understand that, once you embrace the idea that your power lies in how you respond, then you can begin to create a new reality for yourself. The first step in breaking free from negativity is becoming aware of it. This is where many of us struggle. We're so used to the negative thoughts running on autopilot in our minds that we don't even notice them anymore. It's like a constant hum in the background, but we've grown so accustomed to it that we don't hear it. But awareness is the key to breaking that cycle. Start paying attention to your thoughts. What's the internal dialogue you're having with yourself? Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you focusing more on what's wrong than what's right? The first step is to become the observer of your thoughts, noticing when negativity creeps in and acknowledging it without judgment. Once you've become aware of the negativity, the next step is to interrupt it. This is where the real magic happens. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, you have the power to stop that thought and replace it with something positive. This might feel awkward at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature. You might replace a thought like "I'm not good enough" with "I am worthy and capable of achieving great things." You might replace "this is too hard" with "I can handle this. I've overcome challenges before and I can do it again." This doesn't mean ignoring the reality of a situation. It means choosing to focus on the solutions instead of dwelling in the problems. It's like planting a seed of positivity that can grow and blossom into something beautiful if you nurture it. Another strategy to break free from negativity is creating a positive environment around you. They say you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I truly believe that. If you're surrounded by people who constantly complain, criticize, or bring you down, it's going to be a lot harder to maintain a positive mindset. You need to protect your energy and surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and support your growth. But it's not just about the people around you, it's also about your physical environment. Is your space cluttered? Is it filled with reminders of stress or negativity? Create a space that nurtures positivity, whether that's through decluttering, adding plants, or surrounding yourself with things that make you feel good. A positive environment encourages a positive mindset. You also have to be intentional about what you consume. The information we take in, the media we watch, the news we listen to, these things shape our mindset whether we realize it or not. If you're constantly feeding yourself negative news or spending hours scrolling through social media and comparing yourself to others, it's no surprise that negativity begins to creep in. Start being more mindful of what you consume. Choose to read uplifting books, listen to podcasts that inspire you, and watch shows or videos that make you feel good. When you fill your mind with positivity, there's simply less room for negativity to take root. One of the most powerful tools for breaking free from negativity is practicing gratitude. Gratitude has the ability to shift your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to see the good in every situation, no matter how challenging it might be. Start by writing down 3 things you're grateful for every day. They don't have to be big things sometimes. It's the small, everyday moments that can make the biggest difference. Maybe you're grateful for a hot cup of coffee in the morning or for a kind gesture from a friend. Maybe you're grateful for the roof over your head or the warmth of the sun on your face. Gratitude opens your heart, and the more you practice it, the more you'll begin to notice the positive things in your life. Gratitude shifts your energy from lack to abundance, and it's a powerful antidote to negativity. Another important strategy is self-compassion. So many of us are our own worst critics. We beat ourselves up over mistakes, we second-guess ourselves, and we focus on our shortcomings rather than our strengths. But if we truly want to break free from negativity, we have to learn to be kinder to ourselves. Treat yourself the way you would treat a friend. If a friend came to you feeling down or defeated, would you criticize them? Would you tell them they're not good enough? Of course not. You would lift them up, remind them of their worth, and encourage them to keep going. So why don't we do that for ourselves? Self-compassion is a game changer because it allows you to acknowledge your imperfections without judging yourself for them. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall short sometimes. But what matters is how you pick yourself back up and move forward. Take action. Negative thoughts can often keep us stuck in a cycle of fear and indecision. We worry about the future, we dwell on the past, and we talk ourselves out of taking action. But here's the truth, nothing changes if you don't take action. You can think all day about how you want to break free from negativity, but until you actually take steps to do something about it, nothing will shift. Start small. Take one positive step today. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains your energy. Maybe it's setting a boundary with someone who brings negativity into your life. Maybe it's doing something kind for yourself, whether that's taking a walk in nature, practicing yoga, or simply sitting quietly and breathing deeply. Every small action you take builds momentum. And over time, those actions add up to a life that is free from negativity. Breaking free from negativity isn't an overnight transformation, it's a journey. But the more you practice these strategies, the more you'll begin to see change. You'll start to notice that your thoughts are lighter, your relationships are stronger, and your life feels more aligned with who you truly are. You'll find that instead of negativity holding you back, it becomes a distant memory, something you've learned to navigate and overcome. And that, my friend, is the power of choosing to break free from negativity. Embracing positivity in daily life is one of the most transformative decisions you can make for yourself. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect or putting on a smile and pretending life is without challenges. Life will always have its ups and downs, its moments of joy and its moments of struggle. But positivity is not about ignoring reality, it's about choosing how you respond to it. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees beyond the obstacles and focuses on the possibilities, on the lessons, and on the small victories along the way. When I talk about embracing positivity, I mean making the conscious choice every single day to look for the good in yourself and others and in the world around you. This isn't just about being optimistic in the easy moments when everything is going your way, but also about holding on to your light in the dark times. It's about having the courage to keep going, even when things aren't going as planned. Because here's the truth, life isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you choose to respond to it. And when you embrace positivity, you choose to rise, no matter what. You have to start by making a commitment to yourself, to be kind to yourself, to believe in yourself, and to trust that no matter what, you are enough. So often, we are our own harshest critics, constantly pointing out our flaws and focusing on what we don't have or what we haven't achieved. But embracing positivity starts with self-love. It's about recognizing that even with all of your imperfections, you are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of peace. You are worthy of success. When you embrace positivity, you release the need for perfection, and instead, you embrace progress. You begin to see the beauty in your journey, knowing that every step you take is a step toward growth. The beauty of positivity is that it's contagious. When you begin to adopt a positive mindset, you start to notice how your attitude affects those around you. It's like a ripple effect. Your positive energy spreads, and you become a source of light for others. People are drawn to positivity. They want to be around it because it feels good. It lifts them up, it inspires them, and it reminds them of their own strength and resilience. Think about the people in your life who exude positivity. How do they make you feel? Do they make you want to be a better version of yourself? That's the power of positivity. It transforms not only your life, but the lives of those around you. And here's the thing, positivity isn't just a mindset, it's an action. It's not enough to just think positively, you have to live it. You have to take small, intentional steps every day that reflect your belief in the good. It starts with gratitude. Gratitude is the gateway to positivity. When you choose to focus on what you have rather than what you don't, you shift your energy. Gratitude opens your heart and shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. When you start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for, whether they're big or small, you immediately set the tone for your day. You begin to see the world through the lens of possibility, of opportunity, and of joy. And the more you practice gratitude, the more you'll find yourself seeking out things to be grateful for. Another way to embrace positivity in your daily life is through the practice of affirmations. These are powerful statements that reinforce your belief in yourself, your worth, and your potential. Think of them as seeds you plant in your mind, and over time, they grow into your reality. You might say things like, I am capable of achieving my dreams, I trust the process of my life, or I am worthy of love and happiness at first. These affirmations may feel awkward or uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to speaking positively to yourself. But the more you say them, the more you begin to believe them. And that belief has the power to change your life. Positivity starts within, and affirmations are a simple yet profound way to shift your inner dialogue. You also have to embrace the power of choice. Every day we are faced with choices. Sometimes they're big decisions, and sometimes they're small moments, but every choice matters. Every choice you make either moves you toward positivity or drags you further into negativity. Think about the choices you make each day. Do you choose to focus on what's wrong in your life, or do you choose to look for what's going right? Do you choose to dwell on the things you can't control, or do you choose to take action on the things you can? Positivity is about taking ownership of your life, about choosing to respond to circumstances with grace, gratitude, and a belief that better things are ahead. And let's not forget about the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences. We are the sum of the people we spend the most time with. If you're constantly around people who are negative, who complain, or who make you doubt yourself, it will be harder to embrace positivity. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, who encourage you, and who believe in your potential, it becomes so much easier to live with a positive mindset. Choose your circle wisely, because the energy you surround yourself with shapes the energy you bring into the world. And when you surround yourself with positive, loving, and supportive people, you create an environment that nurtures growth, success, and happiness. Of course, embracing positivity in daily life doesn't mean that everything will always be sunshine and rainbows. Life is still going to challenge you. People will still let you down. You'll face disappointments, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But the difference is, when you embrace positivity, you start to see those challenges as opportunities for growth. You learn to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to your dreams. Positivity helps you stay resilient. It helps you stay focused on your goals, even when the road gets tough. And it helps you believe in your ability to overcome whatever obstacles come your way. One of the most powerful ways to embrace positivity is by practicing self-care. When you take care of yourself, you're sending a message to the universe that you are worthy of love and attention. You are worthy of peace and rest. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether it's getting enough sleep, eating nourishing food, exercising, or simply taking time for yourself to relax and recharge, self-care allows you to show up as your best self. It's harder to be positive when you're running on empty, when you're stressed, overwhelmed, or burnt out. But when you take care of yourself, you build the strength and resilience you need to tackle whatever comes your way with a positive attitude. When you embrace positivity in your daily life, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You become a magnet for joy, for love, and for abundance. Positivity doesn't mean that everything will be perfect, but it does mean that you will approach life with a sense of hope, trust, and belief in your own ability to create a life you love. You'll find yourself surrounded by opportunities you didn't even see before. You'll find strength in the most unexpected places. And most importantly, you'll find peace within yourself, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the power to create your own happiness. So I encourage you to start today. Choose positivity. Choose to believe in yourself. Choose to see the good in every situation, no matter how small. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Because when you embrace positivity, you're not just changing your mindset, you're changing your entire world.